Assalamualaikum and good morning. We are from Group 63 for Lex 2047. But first, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Akmal Armai. My metric number is 194350.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Razi Iqbal bin Ruslan and my metric number is 192075.
My name is Muhammad Azmil Adha bin Azharuddin. My matrix number is 193184.
My name is Muhammad Akmal. My matrix number is 191926.
My name is Noor Azrael bin Nogade. My matric number is 192383.
My name is Muhammad Haziq bin Azhar. My metric number is 193182.
For our second discussion, we'll be discussing about a poem called Poverty and Education by Kel Ohas. Okay, I'll start the poem. Poverty breeds illiteracy. Illiteracy breeds arrogance. Arrogance breeds destruction. Destruction breeds disaster.
I'll continue what Arman recite. Disaster breeds tears. Tears breeds sorrow. Sorrow breeds pains. Pains breeds death.
Then I will continue what Ahmad. Education brings hope. Hope brings happiness. Happiness brings hard work. Hard work brings result.
Result brings development. Development brings employment. Employment creates wealth.
Okay, so thank you everyone. So actually, this poem is about education, which is from our group, from our pair, me and Azmi for today. So thank you. So this poem has been written by the Kel Ohas, she is a writer of many poems in the internet. So actually for today, first of all, after we read, I want to ask Akmal, what do you understand about this poem actually?
Okay, from I assume based on the first verse, poverty breeds illiteracy, and the last verse, employment creates wealth. I assume that this poem is about the how education related to the poverty. So I can assume that this poem is about the significance of education can prevent poverty by bringing hope, such as how education how education educate people to avoid poverty. That's what I understand.
So I want to ask to Haziq, based on your understanding for this poem, what is the relationship between the poverty and education?
Okay, thank you Azmi for the question. Based on the last week discussion, Razin talked about a certain country which is high population, such as Pakistan and Africa. Due to at the country, due to the high population corresponding to the demographic timeline, the financial support is not enough to give the sufficient education for the people in the country. This is because lack of financial support will affect that the government did not have enough money to hire the teacher for the school. Therefore, it will affect the people in the country lack of education. If the people in the country lack of education, it will affect the development in the country itself.
Yeah, so I just want to add on. So actually, yeah, for me, everything in this world is need money. We need money to buy something, to get something. Also for the education. So the education is very important for us because education can help us to know new knowledge. So learn new things. For example, maybe a subject doesn't matter whether it's included how to live in this world. So it really important. This education also not just for yourself, it's also for your country. Because by develop yourself, you can become a great leader for your country. So that's for my opinion.
Okay, how about you, Arman?
thank you, Azraeli, for the comment. Actually, I was wondering about the last line of the first paragraph. Pains breeds death. Does it mean figuratively or literally? What do you think, Razin?
Actually, what do you mean figuratively?
It means, does it really brings death, or is it just a figure of speech?
We just a figure speech that it not means that really death, but the writer try to explain that when we have pain, it can lead to death. That's all.
Yes.
So anyone else want to add anything?
I actually attracted to the how wonderful the poem is because they use a very high language such as illiteracy, sorrow, and I mean the how we view how perspective we saw the view, like illiteracy, like arrogant in this poem doesn't mean the poor people arrogant, but they are ignorant. That's what I understand about this poem.
Yeah. So okay, thank you everyone. So now I will explain to you what does it mean by this poem for as it explicitly. Explicitly, yeah. Okay. So actually, poverty means poor people, really poor people. So illiteracy means that people that inability to read or write. So the people who are lack of education, we call it illiteracy.
Oh.
And then arrogance means what I found that is unpleasant, proud, and behaving as you are important than the others. You feel that he are always important than the others, without cares about anyone else. So distraction means that action that can cause damage, while disaster means that sudden accident that can cause loss of life. Okay, so tears means feeling of sadness, and sorrow means that you have feeling about feeling deeply stressed that can cause that caused by the loss of life. Okay, and pain is highly unpleasant physical sensation, and lastly death is the end of life of a person. Okay, next to move to the next paragraph, which is education means that you are trying to gain knowledge, which is that means education. Hope means that expectation or desire of human to happen, and happiness means that a state of feeling happy. Hard work means that a great of when you have a great deal of effort, it means that you have hard work, and then result is the output of the process, and development is it means that you have stage or state in changing in situation. When you are trying to changing one point to one point, and then you call it development. And second last is the employment. What I found that is stated that state of having paid work. And lastly, wealth is what does it mean by this poem is valuable possession. Abundance of valuable possession or money. What we understand is money, right? But the writer tried to say that when you are having abundance of valuable things, it called wealth. Not only about the money, it can be anything. Okay.
For the implicit meanings, I think based on my understanding, the writer want to tell us that education is solution to the poverty. It means an education give provide to hope and happiness to the people around us. So because the human have a right to have education, because we know that when we have hope, we must work hard to achieve the hope, and finally it when we give a more what is hard work for the for that thing is give a benefit to us. It is success at our career. It means when we want to be a doctor, we must study hard to be a doctor. What I mean, understand what I mean?
I get what you want to.
Okay, so and then the writer said want to tell us that motivated people to stay educated in order to improve their living. So education develop a person being a responsible human, can help the country can help to count.
So before we going to summarize the poll, what I understand about Razin and Azmel talk about is poverty is something really important. What I mean is poverty is really really affected. It's really bad that can cause to death because poverty breeds illiteracy, arrogance, destruction, disaster, and pain. While education can bring us wealth because from education we can make ourselves better. It is also important for our country itself. So, Razin, you want to conclude for our discussion for today?
So anyone else want to add anything before we end?
I think we can all agree and concur that education is a solution to poverty, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the main conclusion that we can make.
But I think for today, thank you everyone for attending today. So I hope to see you guys next week. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.